Okay, we're going to be multiplying terms. So before we've been adding and subtracting terms, and today we're going to try to multiply those terms. So multiply the terms is pretty easy. You just multiply across. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to be timesing 2y by 4. So it kind of looks like this when you're thinking about writing it out. So it would be 2 times 4, so you want to think about your numbers being together. So 2 times 4 gives you 8. So do you see how I did that? I'm just multiplying those across. And remember, parentheses means to multiply. It means the same thing. So that's 8. And then all we have to do is carry over the y. Since there's nothing I can multiply the y with, it's like it's just hanging out over on the side. So it's 8y. And remember, that's the same as 8 times y. Remember, those are equivalent expressions. So this would be our final answer of 2y times 4 is 8y, or 8 times y. Okay, this one here, same idea. We're going to do 3n, but this time we're timesing it by 6n. So again, I like to times my numbers first. So I'm going to do 3 times 6, and 3 times 6 is 18. Okay, then I'm going to deal with my letters. And so here I have an N and an N. So again, we're multiplying. So then we would times N times N. And remember, N times N is an exponent. So it's kind of like thinking like that, which remember that's an exponent because I have 2. So then that would be 18n squared, because n squared is n times n. So our final answer of 3n times 6n would be 18n squared. Okay, next here, same idea. I like to multiply my numbers first. So I'm going to do 4 times 7, and that's 28. Then I'm going to multiply my letters. So here I have an x, and I'm going to times that by the y. So I'm going to do x times y. Now, I can't times x by y. I don't know what x and y is, so they just get carried over. Kind of like if you were to put them here. So like the dots are there, and then I just take the dots away. So then my final answer would be 28x y, because these again are equivalent expressions. All this means to multiply. So it's 28x y. Okay, this one here. This one I like to take it one step at a time. So I'm going to first just multiply here the 3 and the 5. So I'm going to kind of pretend that's not here because this kind of looks like the first one. So I'm going to just do that. So I'm going to do 3 times 5, and 3 times 5 is 15. So that's going to give me 15, and then I just carry over the a because we're just timesing by a. So that would be 15a. So then I'm going to take 15a, and then I'm going to times that by that 6a. So here I'm going to do 15 times 6 because those are our numbers first. Okay, so I do that first, and 15 times 6 is 90. So we get 90 from that. Then I have to address my a's because here I have an a and an a. So I'm going to carry those over, times a times a. And now we can put it all together because it kind of looks like this one. As you can see, it's the same thing, except here I have 2a. So remember, that's equal to an exponent. So our final answer is 90a squared. All right, the last one. This one looks very similar to the last one. Again, it's up to you how you want to break it up, but I'm going to first just multiply the first two. You could do these two if you'd like. You could even go this way and look at these two. And this is pretty easy to multiply, so I think I'm going to start here. I'm going to do 2n times 5. So again, I'm going to think about my numbers first. So I'm going to do 5 times 2, and then I'm going to times by the n. So that gives me 10n. Then I'm going to take that 10n, and I'm going to now multiply it by the 8m, because that's gone now because I've turned that into 10n. Now I'm going to multiply that by 8m. So again, I'm going to multiply my numbers. So that's 8 times 10, which is 80. Okay. Next, I have an M and an N. So now I'm going to write those and I'm going to multiply those. So that just becomes M times N. And now we're going to put it together so there's no dots. And remember, we can't combine these together because these are different variables or different letters. So we're just going to say 80 M N as our final answer.